Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading here with a trade recap video from Monday, the 21st of June. Now, before I get started, please hit the thumbs up for me. It helps the channel continue to grow. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for hitting the thumbs up and watching the videos. You guys are awesome. All right, so now getting into the stock market, Monday morning, coming fresh off of a crazy week last week. Okay, just putting my phone on silent. So last week we saw a dip. Now, what has been happening in the market when we get a dip? Every single time the dip gets bought up, I've said this in so many videos, we see all these V's where it first started, it always comes back to exactly where the dip started. It's almost like the computers are trading with each other. All right. So now that's going to really start this entire thesis that I have going forward in the market. It all relies on previous market context. If you don't know what happened in the past and these patterns that form, it's going to be harder to trade around this because you just don't know when buyers are going to come in, where you're going to see resistance, everything else that goes along with it. All right, so let's just share the screen with you guys. Okay, sharing the moneymaker. It's nice to start out on a Monday morning or a Monday in the green. Now, I think previous Mondays, not this past Monday, but most Mondays, for whatever reason, are not good for me. So I'm actually very happy, even though this is a small amount of money, I'm very happy taking this profit out of the market. Okay. So that being said, it's a small amount of money. I do understand, but I am happy taking this profit out, especially due to the overall market and just, the craziness that has really been the market in general. The 10-year yield, the 2-year, the 30-year, all the bonds, the market sell-off, the Fed, all of this stuff. It's just been really a wild ride. So taking profit out, I'm totally happy with. Now, let's take a look at, and this was on my weekly outlook video that I made this weekend. And it actually, once again, these levels are proving to be very reliable. Okay. So if you go back, you watch my video from yesterday, you will see that I say, and you can see down here with this dotted green line here, every pullback in the S&P 500, which I follow with the SPY here, this is an ETF, we pull back to the 40 RSI. 40 RSI here, 40, 40, 40. We pulled back to exactly the same level. And we had exactly the same bounce that we had right here in May. You can see right here, this is very clear patterns. I am a huge technical analysis type of pattern market trader. I constantly am looking at where these patterns come in. They really tend to repeat themselves. And if you can find these patterns, well, it could give you a real leg up on the market. Because if you don't think that computer algorithms are trading this stuff, then it just, I mean, it's just too much of a coincidence that we get these consistent bounces off the 40 RSI. Now, if we look at the same market on the 90-day, and I'm just going to take away and clean this chart up for you guys. Take a look at what happens when we do get the pullbacks, okay? Let's look back at the beginning / middle of May. You get a drop and then a rebound. So the drop usually lasts about 2 days, and the rebound takes a day. Once again, a drop, next day, a rebound, to now all-time highs, which we see up here. Well, if we zoom in today, we got the drop on Friday, and now the rebound has the potential to going back to the 423 level. Now we broke through all of these that started out with resistance. You can see here it had some trouble and then broke through. It's just crazy to me that there's so many of these dips and they get bought right back up almost to the same level that they come from. So this is what we see. A V here, even a V here in between. Right back to the same levels. Another V. Right back to the same levels. And then we continue to just grind higher here for about 3 weeks or so. We grinded higher to make all-time highs. We started to pull back, and then we had that big sell-off, and then another V is forming. Now, will the overall market continue on its pattern of eventually making all-time highs again? It would seem so, right? Looking at previous patterns, it would seem like that would be the case. So that's market context for you guys. Now I'm going to get into my trades that I took. One of the trades here was on the SPY, which was a quick 20-second scalp that I will pull up here on the 1 day so we can see it a little bit better, show my trades, because this is really important. I know that this wasn't a huge amount of money. And yes, I know I left money on the table. Scalp trading, you tend to leave money on the table. But it's also decent money and a decent win for a 20-second trade. That's all this was. Now, this is the most important part of the video, so pay attention. When we approach, now these levels I post every day, Discord, and every day on Twitter. These are levels that you will see 100%, let's just say 90%, just so I don't get in trouble here. You're going to see a lot of business / action being taken around these levels. So this is what happened. Price came up, bounced off of it. 5 minutes later, price came back to it to test it again. When something like this usually happens really quickly, you're going to see a huge burst through what was resistance. And that's exactly what happened here. I'm just going to pull up the volume profile, because if you take a look down here at this, right here, this level, you'll see that there's a big ramp up in nice big green volume. Not just me looking at levels like this. There's a lot of computers looking to get long when something like this breaks. There's a lot of other traders that look to buy stocks long. And the S&P, the SPY, all that is an ETF that has all those stocks built in. So when those stocks go up, this will go up as well. So this is what happened. We blew through this by a pretty decent amount. And then what did I do? If you've watched my videos enough, you've heard me say this a million times. Wait for the retracement. Wait for the retest of the level to make sure that that level is really going to hold on the break. So we broke it with conviction. High volume, everything else. I waited for the pullback to get involved. I got involved on the retracement. The very second I got involved, the next candle exploded to the upside. And that's where I took my profit immediately. It was about 20, I want to say 23, 22 seconds was all I was in this trade for. And I took this trade specifically because of this level that I posted. And this is the type of work that we do as day traders. You have to do the work, do the technicals, and then execute on the technicals. Could I have went heavier with my share size? Yeah, I could have. I had, way more buying power than this, even though this is a $42,000 trade right here. This is 100 shares at just about $420 a share. So I did put a lot of risk on the table. This was almost a $42,000 trade just with the 100 shares. So I could have put more on, yes, but I was totally comfortable with this type of risk and this type of reward. And then I just took my profit, and that was that as far as this level goes. But if you can see, you bounce off it. It acts as resistance because this was a seller's level. This is not a green bar. This is a red bar, which means that we were going to see definitely resistance, and we did before the break of it. We retested it, held up, got involved, got out, quick scalp. Scalp trading, you will leave money on the table. It's as simple as that. Let's see, what else did I trade? I traded the futures. I just took a quick scalp on this one. This was a nice win. There's nothing else to really go over. I had a small, tiny loss on Freeport, a tiny loss on Citi, and a tiny win on American Airlines. But I did not, at the time we were between levels, I just didn't feel comfortable letting those trades either breathe or go heavier on. So anyway, guys, that's basically going to be it for me with this trade recap. Hit the thumbs up for me. And we do have new videos every single day. So if you're not already in our Discord, this is a free group, 100% free, and it's a great group. It's all the same like-minded traders in there, just like us, that want to profit on the stock market, throwing out ideas, ticker symbols that we're noticing that are running, and a lot of momentum stocks, some of those stocks that can really gap up in the morning. These are all in there for you guys. And I do post the most important key levels of buyers and sellers in the market on the SPY and on the Qs every morning in Discord. So you can also come in and check those levels out. All right, guys, that's it for me with the video recap. I will see you back on the next video. Take care, everyone.